So good morning everyone. So online is my voice is audible to you. Can you confirm me in chat box once as well as screen? Clear for all of you? Okay. So now basically in the last class, so what we have discussed, so we have discussed about like how to create the directories. So basically if you miss the last class, so no worries. So these sessions are going to be not interlinked with each other. Okay. So just try to observe carefully here. So now in this class, we are going to start about the Git. What we are going to start here? We are going to start about the Git. So why I am starting the Git? Observe carefully. So why I am starting the Git? So if you see the Linux, so Linux is going to be the full of commands only. Linux is going to be full of commands. So the reason why I'm starting the Git here. So I'm going to start the Git. In the Git, it will be cover some Linux commands. It will be cover some Linux commands. So later we are going to start the Maven. So in the Maven, I am going to start some Linux. Some Linux. So later we are going to start the Docker. So in the Docker, we are going to cover some Linux command. Okay, so later we are going to start the Kubernetes. Okay, so in the Kubernetes, we are going to start say we are going to cover some Linux. Okay, so later we are having the Ansible. So in the Ansible, so I'm going to cover some Linux. So later we are going to start the Terraform. So in the Terraform, we are having some Linux. So these all we need to be integrated, right? So CI/CD. So in the CI/CD as well, I'm going to cover some Linux commands. Okay. So it means so we are going to learn our Linux through our entire syllabus. If I have said the Linux commands right now, so you guys are going to be like, so it's going to be very confused. So that's the reason I am going to start the Git here. So clear for all of you? And also if you miss the last class, so these sessions are not going to be affected for you. So clear for all of you. Done. Now observe carefully. Observe carefully. So what we are going to start here? We are going to start the Git. So Git is nothing but global information tracker. What was that? Global information tracker. So what it will track? It is going to track the code. What it will track? It is going to track the code. So basically, where our code was present, it will present on the files. It will present on the files. So ultimately, it is going to track what? It is going to track the code along with the files. It is going to track the code along with the files. It is nothing but what? Global information tracker. It is nothing but what? Global information tracker. So what it will track? It is going to track the code. So basically, where our code was present, it was present on the files. It was present on the files. So ultimately, it is going to track the what? Files. So clear for all of you? It is nothing but global information tracker. So what it will track? It will track the code. So basically, where our code was present, it was present on the files. So ultimately, it is going to track what? Code as well as files. Now, before going to start about the Git, so we should know about the Git architecture. What should we know here? We should know about the Git architecture. Now, Observe carefully. Observe carefully. In the Git, in the Git, totally we are having three stages. In the Git, totally how many stages we are having? We are having three stages. Now, what are they? So the first one is about, working directory. What was the first one here? So the first one is about working directory. So the second one is about staging area. What was the second one here? Staging area. So the third one was about repository. What was the third one here? Repository. Working directory, staging area, as well as repository. So let me write the full. Working directory. So the second one was like staging area. So the second one was like staging area. So the third one was like repository. Working directory, staging area. So the third one was like repository. So these are the three stages that are present in the Git. And also remember, Git stages, Git life cycle, all are the same. Repository. So totally in the Git, how many stages we are having? We are having the three stages. So what are they? So the first one was like working directory. So the second one was like staging area. So the third one was like repository. Now let us discuss one by one. So what is mean by working directory? What is mean by staging area? What is repository? So it was very, very, very important. So just try to observe carefully. Just try to observe carefully. So here, point number one, the default stage in the Git, the default default stage in the Git was working directory. So what was the default stage in the Git? It was a working directory. So the files that are present in the working directory, the files that are present in the working directory, Git will not track. Git will not track. It will not track the files that are present in the working directory. So these two steps was clear for all of you. What is the default directory in the Git? I mean, it's a default stage in the Git was working directory. So the files that are present in the working directory, Git will track or not? So ultimately, it will
Wait,
not
what it
track.
means? So what it means Git will not track? I didn't get that.
So basically, it will not track the code. It will not track the files. Let me explain you clearly. So let's say we are having a file called index.html, which was present on the working directory. And also it is having, let's say 50 lines of code, 50 LOC lines of code. So it was present on the working directory, right? It will not track by the Git.
Means it will not track in the sense it won't recognize that.
Yes, it won't recognize.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Now, when it will track? So it will track when it was present on the staging area. It will track when it was present on the staging area. So here my question was like, how we are going to send our file from working directory to the staging area? How we are going to send our file from working directory to the staging area? By adding the git. So the command will be git add the file name. That's it. Index.html. So ultimately, our index.html file was present on here. index.html. That's it. Okay. So what is the default stage in the Git? The working directory. So the files that are present in the working directory, it will track or not? So ultimately, it will not track. So when it will track, when it was present on the staging area. So how we are going to send our file from working directory to the staging area? By adding the Git. Okay. Now I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. So here what I need to do? I need to do the commit. What we need to do here? We need to do the commit. Now, what is meant by commit? Commit is nothing but save. Commit is nothing but what? It's going to be the save.
Sir, I have a doubt. Then, what exactly is the purpose of working directly? Just to save or just to have files?
Just to create the files.
Okay.
So if you want to write something or if you want to create a new file, so it should be from the working directory. So I'm clear for all of you about the three stages. So basically this architecture was very important. And also remember Git stages, Git lifecycle, Git workflow, all are the same. Git stages, Git lifecycle, Git workflow, all are the same. So a quick recap for all of you. So Git is nothing but what? Global information tracker. So the name itself contains tracker. What it will track? It will track the code. So basically where your code will present? It will present on the files. So ultimately Git is going to track what? Code as well as files. So in the Git architecture, totally how many stages we are having? We are having the three stages. So what are they? Working directory, staging area, as well as repository. Working directory, staging area, as well as repository. So what is the default stage in the Git? Is nothing but what? Working directory. So the files that are present in the working directory, it will track or not? So ultimately, it will not. So when it will track, when it was present on the staging area. So how we are going to send our file from working directory to the staging area? By adding the Git. So the files that are present in the staging area, Git will track. So I mean to say, I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. What I need to do here? I need to do the commit. Now, what is meant by
Yeah,
commit? Commit is nothing but
what
save.
is repository here? Is it our local machine or some centralized location or something?
So it was a local repository. Centralized repository is nothing but it your GitHub.
Okay.
Yeah. So online clear for all of you about the three stages here. If you are theoretically good, we are going to do it practically. So I need the response from everyone. So clear? You can confirm in chat box once or else you can unmute and speak. No problem. That's great.
And this staging area is like it's not our local repository, right? It is some location or something.
No, basically these repository are going to be the remote repository. So we are having the three
Okay.
types of repositories. Okay, so one was a local repository, one was a remote repository. So the third one was like centralized repository. So let me explain you clearly each and everything. So basically it's going to be the flow. So while we are talking about the repositories, so we are segregating that one. So you have mentioned, right? I mean, I'm going to explain here. So the first one, local repository is nothing but your laptop. At the end, developer will write the code, right? So where they are going to write the code, they are going to write the code on their local system, on their own laptop. So basically, after writing the code, they need to save the code. There, where they are going to save the code first, they are going to save the code on their local machine. So it's nothing but your local repository. Okay. Next, after writing the code, they need to save the code permanently. Why? Because if they have saved the code on their local repository, nothing but their own laptop, what if the laptop was deleted? I mean, to say, what if the laptop was crashed? They are going to lose their data, right? So that's the reason we are going to save their code on the centralized repository, nothing but the GitHub or in the Azure repos. I'm going to add one more point here. So observe carefully. So repositories are of majorly two types. So one was the local repository. One was the local repository. So the second one was like centralized repository. Centralized repository. So what is the difference between local repository as well as centralized repository? At the end, who will write the code, guys? Developer will write the code. They are going to write the code on where? Their own laptop. Their own laptop. Okay. So in the laptop, they're having the code. So here my question was like, what if their laptop was crashed? What if their laptop was hanged? So their code will not be run, right? Code is nothing but what? Simply application only, right or not? Code is nothing but what? It's an application. So what if their laptop was crashed? So they are going to lose their code, right? So that's the reason we need to save the code on the securely. Okay. So where we are going to save the code on securely? In a centralized repository. So your laptop is going to be the local repository. So we are going to save our code on the centralized repository. Nothing but it's going to be the GitHub and Azure repo. Hope you clear, right? Azure repos. So clear? I think let's mention this. Srujana, clear, aunty?
Yeah, yeah, I got it now. Thank you.
So I'm clear for all of you about the architecture of Git. Now let us discuss. I mean to say, let us try to do it practically. So just try to open the killer code. Wait a second, guys. Yeah. So click on the playground. Scroll down. Ubuntu 24.04. So now here we can able to perform the Git. So let's say just try to observe carefully. Just try to observe carefully. Let's say this is my laptop or else this is my mobile basically. Okay. So let me draw here. So this is my mobile. In my mobile, I want to I want to work with WhatsApp. I want to work with WhatsApp. So what I need to do first in my mobile, if I want to work with the WhatsApp, what I need to do first? I need to install the WhatsApp, right? Without installing the WhatsApp, we can't work with the WhatsApp. Whereas in the same manner, this is my server. So if I want to perform the Git in my server, first I need to install the Git, right? First, I need to install the Git, right? So I'm going to install the Git here. So the command will be apt install git -y. Apt install git -y. So here my question was like, what is meant by apt first? Apt is nothing but advanced package tool. What is meant by apt here? Advanced package tool. Install git -y. So here -y is nothing but permission. Yes, I want to install. So you can also mention like YESS or -y. That's perfect. That's fine. Okay. So in future, if you want to install the Maven, apt install Maven. In future, if you want to install the Docker, apt install Docker -y. Simply commands. Okay. Apt install git -y. So here, what is meant by apt? Advanced package tool. Hit enter. So automatically Git was installed. Now, here my question was like, I want to cross verify. I want to cross verify whether Git was installed or not. I want to cross verify whether Git was installed or not. So, how we are going to verify means, so by checking the version. So, if the version was printing, Git was installed. If the version was not printing means it was not installed. Not only the Git, whatever the tool you want to cross verify, just try to print the version. If the version was printing, it means those tool was present. If the version was not printing, it means it was not present. So verify that one. Git version. So hit enter. So what I'm getting here, Git version 2.43.0. It means Git was installed. Now I can able to perform the Git. Okay. And also by default, you will get the file system file. Just try to remove that one. RM file system. Okay. So Git version was printing. It means it was installed. Now remember guys. So whenever you are dealing with the Git, whenever you are dealing with the Git, so here you need to initialize the Git. What we need to do here? We need to initialize the Git. So in interview, they are going to ask you like, happen when you initialize the Git. What will happen when you initialize the Git? So ultimately, it will create one .git folder for you. So remember, one .git folder, nothing but it's a directory. So what will happen when you initialize the Git? It will create a one .git directory, nothing but .git folder for you. So before going to initialize, let us try to verify, do we have any .git folder here? LL? Do we have any .git folder? No, right? So now just try to initialize the Git here. Git init. So it was initialized. Previously, if I have given the LL is nothing but what? Long list. Okay. So if you want to see the list of files, ls or ll. Previously, if I have given the ll, we are not having any folder, but the moment I have given the ll now, I'm having the .git. Okay. So remember, whatever the operations you are going to be perform, so whatever the commands you are going to do by using the Git, so those all information are going to be stored on this .git folder. If you lose your .git folder, you are going to lose your entire information. Okay. So what will happen when you initialize the Git? It is going to create a .git folder. So if you lose your .git folder, you are going to lose your entire information. Now, observe carefully. Observe carefully. What is the command to create a file, guys? What is the
Touch.
command to create a file? Touch. Great. Touch and then file name. So file name I am giving as AWS and also I am giving as DevOps and also I am giving as Azure. So totally three files was created. If you want to cross verify, ls. ls is the command to see the list of files. So I am having AWS, Azure as well as DevOps. Now here my question was like, by default, these three files was present on where? By defaultly, these three files was present on where?
In the root directory.
Yeah, not on the server, coming to the Git. In the Git.
Directory.
It will present on the
Working
working
directory.
directory. So I want to send my file from working directory to the staging area. What I need to do?
Git. Git add file name.
Yeah, git add and then file name. So I'm giving git add DevOps. Now here my question was like, my DevOps was, I meant to say file was present on where now?
Staging area.
Staging.
Staging. So now here my question was like, how can I get to know that whether my file was present on working directory, whether my file was present on staging area? How can I get to know that my file was present on working directory, my file was present on staging area? How can I get to know that? By giving the command called git status. What was the command here? Git status. So remember, when you give the git status, so ultimately you guys are going to get two colors. So one was the red color. So the second one was like green color. So if you are getting the red color, if you are getting the red color means, so it was in untracking. It was in untracking. Untracking. Okay, so untracking files was present on where? It was present on the working directory. So if you are getting the green color, if you are getting the green color means so it was in tracking. So tracking files was present on where? Staging
Stage.
area. Staging area. So what is the command to cross verify, guys? Git status.
It's
So for my DevOps, what I am getting? I am getting the green color. So it means it was present on where? Staging
Staging
area.
area.
For the AWS, for the Azure, I am getting the red color. So it means it was present on where? It was present on the working directory. Again, I want to send my file from. I meant to say I'm having the AWS, right? So I want to send my AWS file from working directory to the staging area. Git add AWS. So it was added. Cross verify. Git status. So I'm having green color. Git add. If you give the star, what will happen?
It will add all the files at a time. Whatever
Yeah,
is with.
all the files at a time. So star is nothing but every git status. For the
Yes.
Azure also we are going to get the green color. So totally we have seen like how we are going to send our file from working directory to the staging area. But now my question was like, by mistakenly I have added. By mistakenly I have added my git to the file. Again I want to send my file from staging area to the working directory. I want to send my file from staging area to the working directory. What I need to do? I need to remove the git simply. I need to remove the git. So if you add the git, what happened? It was sent from working directory to the staging area, right? Now, if you remove the git, it will send from staging area to the working directory. Okay. Now, cross verify. Cross verify. So the command will be git rm. What is the command here? Git rm. Rm is nothing but what?
Remove.
Remove. And then the file that you want to remove. I want to remove the DevOps. I want to remove the DevOps. Git rm hyphen git rm hyphen caged and then file name. CACHED, caged, and then file name. Hit enter. So it was removed. Verify that one. Git status. So previously for the DevOps, we used to have the green color. But when you remove the Git, when we remove the Git, I mean say, yeah, when we remove the Git, so it was having red color. So in the same manner, if you give the AWS, so it will be
వాటర్ వేడి నీళ్ళు తాగిరాపో.
so just try to mute yourself, guys. Now hit enter. So it was removed. Verify that one. Git status. Okay. So this is the way to add the Git to remove the Git. Git add star. So totally it was added. Check the version. I mean to say status. So all are having the green color. It means it was in bracket. Now I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. Staging area to the repository. So here what I need to do? I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. What we need to do here? We need to do the
Git commit.
commit. Yeah.
Commit.
What we need to do here? We need to do the commit. Now, what is meant by commit? Commit is nothing but save. What is meant by commit here? Commit is nothing but what? Save. So remember, before going to do the commit, so in the server, we need to set our name as well as mail ID. We need to set the name as well as mail ID. So without setting the name as well as mail ID, you can't commit. Why? Because it is the tool which are going to track the code as well as files. And also it will track who has done the commit, when he has done the commit, why he has done the commit. These all information are going to be tracked. Okay. So Git is also going to track like who has done the commit, when he has done the commit, why he has done the commit. So these entire information are going to be tracked. So I haven't set my username as well as mail ID till now, right? But before going to say, before going to set the username as well as mail ID, let us try to do one commit. It will not accept, guys. Git commit. So we are doing the commit. So to which file? For the DevOps file. Before that, just try to mention hyphen M. Hyphen M is nothing but message. So within the braces, we need to pass the message. So let me go to commit DevOps. Hit enter. So what we are getting? Identity unknown. Please tell me who you are. It means you are doing commit. You are saving something, but I don't know who you are. So just try to please tell me who you are. It means we need to set our name as well as mail ID. After setting the name as well as mail ID, we can commit. So what is the command to set the name as well as mail ID? What is the command here? Git config user dot name. So within the braces, we need to pass the username. You can also ignore. I mean to say, if you want to ignore the hyphen global, you can ignore. If you want to pass, you can pass. No problem. As of now, I'm ignoring that one. Git config user dot name. Next, mail ID. Git config user dot not the Gmail, email. The rate of tcs.com. So ultimately, I have set my username as well as mail ID. Okay. Now, if you give the up arrow, you will get the previous commands. If you give the up arrow, you will get the previous commands, guys. Now, I'm doing commit one more time. Okay. Git commit. To which file you want to commit? I want to commit the DevOps file. So hyphen M. M is nothing but what? Message. Why we need to pass the message? You are committing the DevOps file. Why you are committing this DevOps file? You need to pass the message. So I'm passing like first commit. So it was committed. Okay. Now I want to cross verify whether it was committed or not. I want to cross verify whether it was committed or not. Just try to check the state, sorry, git log. What is the command here? Git log. So if you give the git log, play you the list of commits. Hit enter. So we have done this commit, right? We have done this commit. So after committing this commit, so we have got some ID. So this is our commit ID. If you see, these both are the same. Okay. If you observe, this ID and this ID both are the same. And also, whatever the message I have passed in, first commit DevOps. So it was showing that one only. So when he has done the commit, why he has done the commit, who has done the commit, these information are going to be tracked. These information are going to be tracked. So clear for all of you? What is the command to see the list of commits? Git log. What is the command here? Git log. Next, observe carefully. I'm going to do one more commit. Git commit hyphen m. Nothing but message. So Azure file, Azure file commit. Azure file commit. And then what was the file name here? Azure. So it was committed. Again, I want to do one more commit. Git commit hyphen m AWS file. And then file name AWS. Committed. So I want to cross verify whether it was committed or not. How we are going to verify that one? I want to cross verify whether it was committed or not. How we are going to verify that? Simply git log, right?
Git log.
Git log. So it was displaying all the logs. But here my question was like, it was showing you the commit message and the commit ID, who has done the commit, when he has done the commit. But now question was like, it was not showing you the file, right? So I have given the message and then DevOps. What if I haven't passed the name of that file? It means I want to see like this commit was regarding the DevOps file. It means I need to print the file name as well. I need to print the file name as well. Git log, hyphen name only. So see, it was printing the file name. So this was the commit message. This was the file. So this was Azure file. This was the DevOps file. And also, if you get, I mean to say colon in the bottom, if you are getting the colon in the bottom, just try to pass the Q. Okay, Q. It will quit. And also, if your screen was filled, just try to give the control L, clear. Okay. If you get the colon, just try to give the Q. And also, if your screen was filled, just try to give the control L. But clear. Okay. Now, I want to create a file called index.html. So then what is the command here? Touch index.html. Now it was created. Now here my question was like, I want to commit my index.html file. So then what is the command? I want to commit my index.html file. So then what is the command? Git commit. What we are committing? We are committing the index.html. Okay. So why you are committing this index.html? Hyphen M. M is nothing but what? Message. So within the braces, we need to pass the message. Okay. First, sorry, index.html file I am giving. So the moment we have hit enter, we are going to get one error. What we are going to get here? We are going to get the error. Hit enter. So we have got the error. Why we have got the error? So read the error here. Index.html do not match any files to non-git. It means you are trying to commit the index.html file, but for the git, it was unknown. Why? Because the index.html file was present on the working directory. Verify that one. Git status. Git status. So it was, I mean, say we are having the index.html as red color. It means it was present on the working directory. So, okay, it will not be tracked, and also we can't able to do the commit that. Okay. So if you want to do commit any file, it should be present on the staging area. Right now, my file was present on the working directory. So that's the reason it was not committing. Now, just try to add the git to that file and then commit. Git add index.html. So it was tracking status. It was in green color. Control L. Okay. Now, so in the real time point of view, I am having my index.html file. Let us try to assume I am the developer. So I am going to add the code here. VIM index.html. So add something here. And also remember, we are not going to write any code as a DevOps engineer. So developer will write the code. Let me write something. Hey, here, here this is all about Git. This is all about Git. Remember, we are not going to write any code. At the end, developer will write the code. VIM index.html. So totally, developer has written the code. Okay. Later, what they need to do? They need to save the code. So if they want to save the code, they need to commit the code. Okay. Now, just try to do the commit. So the command will be git commit hyphen m index.html file. So it was committed. So ultimately it was committed. Now cross verify git status. Sorry, git log, right? So if your screen was filled, just try to give the control, I mean say Q, not control Q. Git log again. So if your screen was filled, Q, it will be quit. And your screen was filled, control L, nothing but clear, or you can use the clear command. Clear, hit enter. It will clear you. Okay. Now if I have given the git log, it was displaying our entire logs. But I want to see only top two commits. But I want to see only top two commits. I want to see only top three commits. If you want to see like that, git log hyphen 2. It will display you top two commits. Okay. If you want to see top three, git log hyphen 3. So it will display you like that. Okay. Now, So, let me recap it what we have discussed till now. Okay. So, what we have discussed, guys. So, we have discussed about the Git, right? So, now what is mean by Git here? What is mean by Git? Git is nothing but global information tracker. So, what it will track? It will track the code. So, basically, where your code was present, it was present on the files. So, ultimately, Git is going to track what code as well as files. So in the Git, totally how many stages we are having? We are having the three stages. So what are they? Working directory, staging area, as well as repository. So what is the default directory in the Git? I mean, it's a default stage in the Git was working directory. So the files that are present in the working directory, Git will track or not? Ultimately, no. So when it will track, when it was present on the staging area. So I want to send my file from working directory to the staging area. What I need to do? I need to do the, I'm going to say, we need to add the Git. So again, I want to send my file from staging area to the repository. We need to do the commit. Now, what is meant by commit? Commit is nothing but save. Okay. Now, I want to cross verify whether Git was added or not. So then what is the command, guys? What is the command? Whether my file was in tracking or not. I want to verify. Hello. What is the command to cross verify whether Git was added or not? Perfect. What was that? Git status. So what happened, guys? అర్థం కాలేదా? So now observe carefully. What is the command? What is the command to check the version of Git?
Git version.
Git hyphen version.
Oh.
Okay, so let's say this is our server. So while we are dealing with the case, so what I need to do first, I need to initialize the Git. So what will happen when you initialize the Git? What will happen when you initialize the Git? So it is going to create one .git folder. What it is going to do? It is going to create one .git folder. So if you lose your .git folder, you are going to lose your entire information. Let me show it lively. So the moment I have given the git log, it was displaying my information. Why? Because I am having my .git folder here. Okay. So let me remove my .git folder wantedly. rm space hyphen rf, nothing but recursive forcefully. Rm is nothing but remove. Hyphen rf is nothing but recursive forcefully. And then dot. So it was removed. Now give the git log. So it was not displaying. Why? Because the information was present on the .git. If you lose your .git, we have loosened our entire information. Now give the LL. We are not having the .git folder. So that's the reason it was not printing. That much of importance we are having that. Okay. So guys, so that's it from mine for today. So if you are having any doubts, you can ask. And also I will provide the history daily. So whatever the comments I have typed here, so it will display all the comments. So I will upload this all the comments over the drive. So just try to get it from the drive. And also remember, these classes are going to be like fully recorded classes. I mean to say it's going to be the recording classes, and also which was like access for you. And also I will provide the videos notes on the drive. You can get it from the drive. So any doubts from this class? Any doubts as well as concerns?
So this killercoder.com, right? So when I'm trying to open it, it is asking through login through either Gmail or Google
Yeah,
or something. So,
you can use the mail, or if you wanna, I mean, it's a guide, I will guide you. So just try to share your screen.
yeah, you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, share.
Yeah.
Hey, hi, sir.
So, yeah, hi.
Actually, this classes is you are taking only or Rajni sir taking also?
So it was taken by me.
Okay, and what are the topics Rajni sir will be taking?
No, 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 he's not taking the classes. So just try to contact with him. So basically, if you're having, I mean to say, just try to contact with the Rajni sir. So he is going to be like, uh,
Okay,
cover the, yeah.
okay, no issues. What is the fee structure for this, and what are the topics you have to cover? Just give me the one overview, please.
So fee structure was handled by that particular sir. So I
Mm-hmm.
will provide you the course curriculum to you.
Okay, okay, sure, sure. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, use the Google.
Oh, sorry, I was talking on mute. So I can use my Gmail account to log in, right?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try that offline.
Great, great. So any alternative doubts as well as concerns. So first of all, let me know. So are you guys are getting my so delivery. So is this flow is okay for you, or do I need to go to the speed or slow, or do I need to repeat one more time? So just try to give me the concerns.
No, it's a good. But could you please share me the curriculum?
Okay, okay, I will share you that.
Sir, is the Linux is also included, like the Linux commands and all, or is it just the cloud and Git and DevOps and
No, no, no. So Linux was included in this course. So without Linux, we are not going to learn anything. So Linux was included.
what will be the flow of the course, sir? Like from where you begin and then where till where you end it.
So basically, I have covered some Linux topic like how to create the file VM, and also I have covered the directories and all. So see, Linux I have covered like to create the files, adding the data inside a file, and then folders I have covered that one. But we have started today as a Git. In the Git, we are going to get some Linux commands. So basically, Linux is going to be the full of commands. Okay. So in the Git, we are going to get some Linux commands. So later we are going to start the Maven. Okay. So in the Maven, we are going to cover some Linux commands. Okay. So in the later we are going to start the Docker. Before going to start the Docker, we should know about the CI/CD as well. CI/CD after Maven, we are going to start the CI/CD. So later we are going to start the Linux. I mean to say Docker. So in the Docker also we are going to cover some Linux. So in the Kubernetes, after the Docker, we are going to start the Kubernetes. So in the Kubernetes also, we are going to cover some Linux. So why I'm starting this flow? I mean to say, why this flow means, so if you observe the DevOps logo, if you observe the DevOps logo, so DevOps was started on where? It was started on the planning phase, right? So for the planning, there is no tool. We are not going to learn any tool. So after plan, what we are having? We are having the code. So basically, who will write the code? Development team will write the code. So after writing the code, they need to save the code. They need to track the code. If they want to save the code, they want to track the code, we need to learn the Git. Okay, Git, GitHub. So in the coding phase, we are going to cover the Git, GitHub, and also we are going to cover Azure repos. Later, we are going to start the Maven. So why I have started the Maven means, so if you want to build, we are going to use the Maven. So after build, what we are having? Test. Who will do testing? Testers. So we are not going to learn any tool here. Later, what we are having? Release. So if you want to release, we need to write the CI/CD pipelines. So that's the reason we are going to start the Jenkins. So later we are having what? Deploy. So to deploy, what we need to do? We need to perform the containerization, nothing but the Docker. Okay, so here we need to follow the DevOps logo. So according to the logo, we are having the stages. According to the stages, we are having the tools. So this is the flow. Here we are going to be perform this flow. Clear? Hope you clear, right? Or any confusion? Think- Hello.
Yes, sir, understood. And where will the Terraform come then?
So basically, after completion of cloud, we are going to be cover the Terraform. Why? Because so without cloud, we are not going to follow the flow of the Terraform. Why? Because before Terraform, what we have done, we have created the infrastructure manually. So to automate that one, we are having the Terraform. So first, I am going to cover the DevOps tools. So later, we are going to cover the cloud. After that, we are having the Terraform. Why? Because if you want to learn the Terraform, we should know about the infrastructure. So that's the reason after completion of these DevOps tools, I mean to say Terraform is a DevOps tool only. After performing these all the tools, so later we are going to cover the cloud. After completion of the cloud, we are going to start the Terraform.
Okay, sir.
So cloud, we are covering both Azure and AWS at a time.
Not at a time. So first I am going to cover the AWS. I mean to say Azure. So later we are going to cover the AWS.
So you are covering a full Azure, or
So you can
splitting
able
in
to
this.
write, yeah, you can able to write AZ 900 exam by your own. And also you can able to write AZ 400 exam.
400 means what is that exactly? Sorry, I missed it. That
So
400
Azure DevOps, Azure DevOps.
DevOps. But a whole cloud is that it? 400 and 900 you are covering, or any other?
Azure,
Uh,
I mean to say, if you are learning this course, you can able to write AZ 900, AZ 400, and also you can able to write the Terraform certification exam. Also, you can able to write AWS Solution Architect.
that you are covering more on the AWS part than Azure, I guess. That's what
No, no,
you're
no.
saying.
AZ 400 itself contain Azure DevOps.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you are saying a solution architect, the associate solution architect, little bit more heavier than
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It will be covered.
DevOps. Yeah. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So any alternative doubts as well as concerns? So I will provide these commands over the drive. You can get it from the drive guys.
If
Sir,
you could do the Linux commands in the drive as well, that would be great, like as a PDF or something, so that we can practice.
Yeah, sure. I will provide the commands along with the videos in the drive.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have a separate drive coming up from tomorrow onwards?
Yeah, we are having the drive. So where you will get
Okay.
all the videos.
Okay.
Yeah. So any alternative doubts as well as concerns here?
how many classes for Git, sir, will be
So it's
taken?
going to be like 1 week.
Okay,
So
starting from
around
today, sir.
yeah, starting from today. So it's going to be 5 to 6 days. Depends on how you are getting. Why? Because like so if you have stuck one point, I need to repeat the point, right? So 5 to 6 days it will be take.
Are you covering a GitOps as well?
Sorry, GitOps.
Mm.
So yeah, it could be in like in the Kubernetes, right? GitOps is nothing but it's an Argo CD. We are going to be cover that one.
Okay. Are you covering Argo CD as well?
Yeah, Argo CD. Argo CD, it's nothing but it's a GitOps.
GitOps, yeah. Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
GitSecOps is not there. DevSecOps is there.
DevSecOps. So we are going to be covered that one in the project. So sec is nothing but the security. So we are going to be implementing the securities on the pipelines.
Okay. And also you mentioned AI. Where are you mentioning? I mean, where are you going to cover that particular part?
So this particular part will be covered on the CI/CD pipelines itself. So if you are not integrating the AI in the CI/CD pipeline, so if your pipeline was failed, you need to read the entire log. So your log is having like thousands of lines, so 1500s of lines you are having. So you need to sit and you need to read the entire log. The moment you have integrated the AI on there, so it will highlight you the error. So simply you can read the error, you can sort out the answer. So
What
we are
tool
going
you
to
are
be do
using
that.
for that?
So it's going to be the Copilot.
Copilot. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Think using Git Copilot, we can without hands-on, we can use more AI tools. We can write it. It writes automatic code, correct?
It will, yeah, if you give the right prompt according to your system capabilities, so it will give you that one.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah. So I will guide you that one. So no worries. Okay. I will guide you. How we are going to integrate, how we are going to give the prompts, so those all I'm going to guide you. So no worries. So, any alternative doubts as well as concerns? So, first of all, let me know, just try to respond for at least for this question. So, how was the class? Clear for all of you, first of all?
Yes, sir.
All
Clear.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, daily our sessions are going to be like this only. And also remember, like, if you got any struck, you can unmute and speak. No problem. That's for damn sure.
In case if
Okay.
we have doubts, do you have any platform to communicate with you?
Yeah, we are having the WhatsApp group, right? So in that group, just try to ping any question. So according to your friends are going to be respond. If they are not, I'm going to be respond there. So just try
Mm.
to communicate with each and everyone. So why? Because you will get more, I mean to say,
Let's, yeah,
your connection will be.
do we have a group chat?
Yeah, we are having that one. So just try to contact with the admin team. So they are going to add you on the group.
Oh,
So clear. So
So one last thing.
yeah, please.
We don't have classes on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Instead of that, uh, from this Saturday, like it's just my point of view. Like, if we have, no, I think 2, 3 classes back, like you said in one class that you will be giving a task for us that we need to do. So like this whole week, like Monday to Friday, what you have taught, like if you could give the task on daily basis, that at least we can do that, and on Saturday if you have a time, we can have a session on it or something like that, so that like we will also be on track, and we will also be on up to date. So what do you say on it?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to assign the task. Okay, so just try to perform the task. So if you are not getting the task, so we are going to be connect on the Saturdays. So Saturdays is a day like where we are going to be sorted our doubts, and also where we are going to be like conduct some tests. So mock interviews we are going to be have. So we are going to be cover on that. So as we are in the starting, so as of now there is no task, there is no interview. So in upcoming classes we will be have.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, while you are teaching, every class is so informative and understandable. But the only thing is, yeah, and the best thing is you are even keep on repeating like what we have taught yesterday, what you have taught yesterday, what we learned, and today also after the class you are even revising what are the topics covered, what are the commands. But the thing is, like, yeah, at the end of the session, like of course forgetting some one or few commands, like when you're questioning. So this all depends on the practice, right? Every
Yeah,
day.
it's all depends on the practice. So just for the interaction only, I'm going to ask you. So if you more interact, I will get right. So that's the reason. So I'm not going to question you anyone. So just now we have thought those, right? So no one will can able to remember those all those things. Okay, so just for the interaction only, I'm going to ask you. Yeah,
Yeah, sir.
yeah. I'm not going to stress you. Okay, so just try
No, no,
to.
no, sir. It's good actually. But the thing is, yeah, you will be covering like almost more, see some number of commands in a session, right? So, oh yeah, there is a chance of forgetting because
There is a chance, no? So 100% there is a chance to forget.
yes, sir.
Don't worry, don't worry. So when you do the practice, you will get all those things. So it's my responsibility to deliver the quality subject. So just try to learn from your end. That's it. Okay. So any alternative concerns again?
So, sir, like you said, like you'll be covering some sonar cube, some other tools are there like Ansible. So those you are going to cover before CI/CD, or
So it's going to be like integration, okay? So I'm going to start the Git first. So later we are going to start the Maven. After covering these two, we are going to integrate on the CI/CD. So later we are going to start the Tomcat. So after performing the Tomcat, we are going to integrate the Tomcat on the CI/CD. I mean to say Git, Maven, Tomcat. So later we are going to talk about the Sonar Cube. So after talking about the Sonar Cube, again we are going to integrate Git, Maven, Tomcat along with the Sonar Cube. Later we are going to start the Docker. So after completion of the Docker, again we are going to integrate Git, Maven, Sonar Cube, Docker along with Tomcat. So tool to tool we are going to be covered. Tool to tool we are going to be integrate on the CI/CD.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So the alternative concerns as well as doubts. Okay. So okay then. Bye all. Have a nice day.